And we are live.
Penis. I'm actually waiting
Rice
to see
Krispie.
Rice Krispie penis.
No, Manuel, just no.
Okay, there it goes. That's all I needed to hear. No, I was waiting to hear the sound when we went live, so we don't have any more sound issues. Because last week I was quieter than what's his face for most of the podcast, and that was unfortunate, which is weird because that podcast has been doing numbers, and I'm like, why is everyone watching that one?
Because nobody wants to hear you talk, Manuel.
I know. It's like, oh, it's fun when Manuel's quiet. Hi everyone, this is Ultra Podcast Z, the show where a boomer and a VTuber who hate each other to death talk for about like an hour plus about random shit.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm Manuel. I'm the boomer. No, actually, I'm Manuel. I'm the VTuber, because you can tell.
He's obviously a VTuber.
Yeah, this is not me. This is how good 3D technology has advanced. I don't even buy that myself. Anyway. Oh, thank you for the sub.
You're welcome.
Mysterio talker. But thank you for the sub. It's funny because anyways, I'm Manuel, leader of VG Connections. If you really want to support us, by the way, sub to us here. If you're on YouTube, just like, comment, subscribe, or join our Patreon. I've actually been I didn't want to admit this, but I was locked out of the Patreon for a while.
Haha.
Because JD also graciously provided me with a new computer, but the new computer, when I tried to log in, it did not like it. I could not for the life of me figure out how to unlock the Patreon. I was afraid we had to ditch the Patreon. And this has been ongoing for about 2 months now, by the way. But today I'm like, you know what, you're gonna, however long this takes, when I got home early, I'm like, however long this takes, you're gonna, well, as long as it's not before the podcast, you have to do it. So I unlocked the Patreon. It actually was not that hard.
How do you lock your Patreon?
You just log in wrong.
Oh, that way.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
Nyaru, do you know this FT Wobber 2000?
Yes, I do. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for following, and
Thank you for being here. I just make fun of people when I'm here, honestly.
Yeah, she's eating a Rice Krispie, or I think she finished it already.
I finished my Rice Krispie. I wanted a Rice Krispie.
It was very ASMR for the whole process.
The whole minute. Oh, there we go.
There we go. That's not obnoxious at all.
No, what's obnoxious? A Pinguino wrapper. It's a little bit lower.
Renee Amora wants you to make fun of them, Nyaru.
Stinky poo poo Amora.
Stinky poo poo Amora. Nyaru, how was Top Gun?
I can go on for hours about it, and I don't think anyone wants to hear me go on about hours for it, so...
I mean, you can just give us
2 minutes.
You can just give us the brief rundown.
Okay, so essentially it was really one of the best sequels I think modern cinema has ever done. I'm not fucking kidding you. I'm really not kidding you. I went to go see it at the Alamo Draft House a couple of days before it premiered because they had an early access event, and I got a cool poster and a pin, and I love my pin. I don't know where to place it, but I love it so much. And then it was really base, and then after that I came home and I played the Top Gun update on Flight Sim, and that was really, really cool because all the stuff that's in Flight Sim, it's basically just like challenges from the movie, and it was really, really fun, and and it was a really good movie, and I'm gonna go see it again.
I mean, it sounds like, I mean, the movie did well. I really want to see it. It didn't come out that long ago, right? It's still like 2-3 weeks old.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 weeks old.
It's funny because a friend of mine went to go see it today, and they're like, "Oh, it's basically an Ace Combat, like, fight scene." And
yeah.
So, from what I gather, is it very CG heavy in the flight scenes now?
Actually, no, it's not CG heavy because everything they did for the filming was done in real life. Like, they actually had everyone trained, even Tom Cruise trained. The only, I think, CG part technically was the beginning scene, which I don't want to spoil it, but that first plane that you see Tom Cruise riding in the beginning. I think that one is CG, but I can't confirm. But everything in the movie, just like the original, they stay tried and true to it. It's all 100% done with real planes. Real training was done. They actually did filming in cooperation with the Navy and Air Force sectors of the military, which was pretty cool. If you stay long enough at the credits, you can actually see like all the military personnel and everything that was credited for the movie. So pretty cool. And then there's a bonus end scene which I didn't know about until I left the theater. So there is a bonus end scene. You have to. I'm gonna go watch it a second time and try to go see it. But do stay for the end credits so you get that bonus scene at the end.
And see that Goose somehow is still alive.
It's funny because I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm just like stupid, but like I mean I am stupid, but I thought the movie was gonna bomb. I don't know why. Because
why?
like
It was literally it's literally so freaking good. Like you think like Sonic 2, I thought it was cute. I thought it was such a really cherry on top of like the ice cream sort of like movie. And then I was like, okay, I really like the sequel. The sequel's super good, but it wasn't like fantastic. Like you know what I mean? But then I saw Top Gun and I was like, oh my freaking god, this is like the sequel to end all sequels. It was really that freaking good. It was so good. I spent a whole hour on multiple streams just talking about how good it was.
oh my god. No, because like they kept delaying the movie. It was supposed to come out in 2019. It's like 3 years late. Usually that doesn't bode well for the movie. Maybe I'm just deaf, but I didn't hear anyone talking about the movie. Like,
Have you not heard Nyaru talking about the movie?
For you. And even you, I felt didn't talk. I mean, I'm lying if I say this, but even I feel like you didn't talk about it as much as you could have. But anyways,
well, because like the stuff I want to talk about, people need to watch the movie, and then I can't spoil it too much because then it's gonna like ruin everything. Okay, I am trying my best to like talk about it without ruining because I really want to. There's so many scenes I want to talk about, but I gotta wait till at least gets like a streaming release in order for it to like talk about things.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Just real fast before we wrap this up, I actually thought it was launching at streaming at the same time.
Tom Cruise said no to that.
Yeah, and then I found out that was actually a huge thing about the movie. That like no, we're not doing that because that obviously that's been a thing during the pandemic, or coming out really soon to streaming. Like Sonic 2 is already on streaming, but so I was like, I'm just gonna wait for it. But no, it's not coming to streaming. Like, I mean, it'll come eventually, but
it's gonna come eventually. Yeah,
it'll come soonish. Like, but it's not coming as fast as I thought it was going to.
Yeah, which Manuel, the movie apparently did really well in its second week with only like a 29% drop.
You want to know what movie didn't do so well in its second week, or more like second release?
Morbius.
Oh, my dick too. My dick lasting 2 weeks. Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding. Morbius though. Morbius.
Oh my god! I don't want to talk. I still don't get the Morbius thing. I'm really trying. I feel like this is one of those ironic memes that got taken way too far, and now everyone's like, "Whoa, we like it was just a prank, bro. It was just a prank."
Well, no one wanted to see it, so they clearly understood that. So.
My favorite one was like, you know, the one where it's all like, I forgot what it shows, all these movies, like there's a bunch of Marvel movies, it's like however many Oscars they won, but then the next tier is just Titanic and Morbius, and it's like they won 11 Oscars or whatever, and obviously Morbius didn't win any, but I was like, guys, fucking boomers over at Sony it's Sony, right, who don't realize that was all a joke and no one's gonna go back and watch it. Anyway,
I hate it when corporations try to play along with the meme.
I mean, you like the Sonic movies.
But at least they actually did a good movie out of it and a good sequel.
That is true. It's like, honestly, if they would recut Morbius and they added It's Morbin Time or like other fucking bullshit in there, first of all, it'd be a terrible movie either way. I'm sure the purists, all 10 of you out there, will hate it. But like, then it'll probably like people will go see it, or at least meme it more. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna I was gonna mention how Fanime went because Fanime was this past weekend. Actually, Fanime was 2 weekends ago. A-Kon was this past weekend. Nyaru, why?
Yes.
How does it feel not going to A-Kon?
Feels weird, actually.
By the way, the topic for tonight, we're talking about like con food mainly. I'm actually really hungry right now. I really wish I'd
I
eaten
just finished
before
eating,
this.
so I'm good.
It's funny because I can't really make a lot of food because they're working on the floors right now, like in this place, and they're redoing the kitchen right now. So I wasn't sure if I can go in there. But even if I could, nothing's plugged in except for like the fridge. I think I'm not exaggerating. I think my dinner is going to be like a fucking quesadilla or maybe cold hot dogs. Can you eat hot dogs
quesadilla.
cold? I
I've
don't
eaten
know.
one. I've eaten one at a con cold, actually. Like, you know, those street. I mean, I guess we can just jump into it.
Oh, there you go.
The street dogs at the iconic California conventions, as such as Anime Expo and Fanime. I've eaten cold hot dogs from there before.
No, you got to stretch.
No,
No.
what to do? No.
What
Well,
are
you're
you
gonna have
doing?
one sad fan.
What are you gonna do if they redeem? Do you not have the stretch redeem on your thing?
I do, but I follow it on my street. No, just kidding.
Oh, like that, Nyar. I thought we were homies. I thought we created the show five years ago. Actually, it's gonna be
Jesus
6, I think.
Christ.
No, exactly.
No, I need to quit this show.
No, actually, it's gonna be 5. I can't math, but no,
Too
wait.
old.
Yeah, it's 2017. Oh my god. Anyway, just redeem it 10 more times, and Yara will stretch. We'll fucking like We'll put her on the rack, and we'll stretch her for real. But no, okay, Nyaru, we'll jump into con. By the way, this is about con food. Top of the con hot dogs. You want to hear how bad, how bad inflation has gotten?
How bad? How much were the street dogs?
$10.
No way.
I'm
No
not
way.
fucking joking. $10.
No.
Like slap
Do you
down a
remember when
10.
they were like 5?
Thank you.
5 and 4.
No, that was the funny thing. I remember specifically, and back in the days of
'Cause, like,
AX, there'd be
yeah,
like
'cause,
30
like,
people. Go ahead. I think you would say the same thing. But you say it.
yeah, because like I remember, like I would go out and I get like multiple hot dogs.
Yes.
Like every time I went out, I was like, let me get another hot dog, and I get one. It was like $4, like $4 or $5. Cheapest I ever found was like AX for like $3.
No, I think I've gotten them for $2 before. Like, if you wait till I doubt this will work anymore. But back in the days when AX was a lot smaller, well, I guess it never, even when it wasn't that small. But you would go outside when you see like the 30 or 40 hot dog vendors out there. Go find the one that nobody's in front of. It looks like they probably like the hot dogs are a little coldish. They'd be like, "How much are yours?" You know, I've gotten them for $2 before, or I've gotten like 2 for $5 several times. But $10 for a single hot dog, and like it was like, man, first gas, now this. Also, not to get off topic here, but there was a gas station that actually made the news in downtown LA because I took a bus to San Jose. Fanime's in San Jose, by the way, for those who don't know. And there's a gas station there that had gas over $8.
What the fuck?
Yes. And I was like, oh, when I saw that, I was so shocked. And it actually, I didn't realize it, but that apparently is like kind of the top price, and I think in the country. And it like made news. It made news that weekend that like, local LA gas station, has to like they got called out for, and they lowered it like 7 something. But which is still expensive. But $10 hot dogs. Do you like the hot dogs, bacon wrapped hot dogs?
I do. Like I said, every time I went outside the con, especially at Fanime, you're going through that little alleyway that's like your face. Okay, so you're facing the con center, and then you go to the left, and all the street dog guys are there. And maybe you're gonna go get some alcohol or something, but you need a quick bite. You just need that quick ass bite. So you go over to that hot dog man, and you're like, "Hey, yo, hit me up, my dude," and then he hits you up with the good shit. And you're good, you're Gucci, and then he has all the sides and like the sauces and everything. It's so good. It's just so freaking good.
Apparently, Stinky Pooper Random or whatever you said earlier, is talking about how there was a gas station in Cali that was $10 a gallon. That's insane.
Is that even legal?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like, isn't there a point when you can't charge that much? I think it becomes like price gouging, because I do know that gas is somewhat regulated. I think, I don't know, maybe that's why they're going crazy, but I don't think you can. Anyway, it's funny because I've eaten a lot of con hot dogs, and there's always a stigma like, oh, they'll get you sick. I don't think I've ever gotten sick from a con hot dog, and
I never gotten sick from them either. Like, I think I
yeah.
gotten sick from like eating the Subway at
Well, I was gonna say,
Fanime more than the actual con hot dogs.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, fun fact, I ended up getting hot dogs from 7-Eleven, like, delivered, because I'm like, I'm not paying, like, $10 for a hot dog. So I got, like, by the way, they're bacon wrapped, but the 7-Eleven does not have bacon wrapped, or at least the one I got that didn't have it. I think some do have it, but I
I'll
got some
be
hot
real.
dogs.
Okay, so it's not to sidetrack or anything. I'll be real with you. Most gas station hot dogs are actually pretty good.
Okay, I love 7-Eleven hot dogs, but those ones
You're
made me
right.
sick. These ones made me sick, and it's funny because this is a testament to how good they are. Even when I was like fighting for my life, after eating those hot dogs, we won't go into details, but I was just fighting for my life. Um, I was like, man, I could sure go for another 7-Eleven hot dog. I don't learn. I don't fucking learn. Um, uh, but I do love gas station hot dogs. I don't know.
Mhm.
Hot dog, you gotta have a good stomach for these kind of foods. It's like maybe
You
everyone's
gotta
just
have like
weak.
that third world stomach sort
Yeah.
of like strength.
I remember like going to like all the street vendors like at the night markets in Taiwan and whatever, and they have these hot dogs. Well, they're hot dogs, but they're basically like the sausage sandwiches. But the sausage is like made from like
Mhm.
it's made from like boar. At least they say it
Yeah,
is. I
because
don't know.
we have a boar problem here in like, or like just a
No.
pig problem here in the States.
Exactly. But it's funny because like I would eat these hot dogs from these street vendors, and over there, like at the night markets, there'd be rats all over the
Ew.
fucking there would be rats all over the place, and I'm like, I don't care. These are really good, and I've never gotten sick eating from the rat. And these rats are fucking insane. These rats would just like fucking stare you down. Like they are not scared of people.
I hate.
It's like,
See,
no,
like what do you, I don't know where it was that I saw. Oh, I think it was like in New York. I saw like a little like subway rat. I thought they were cute, and then I saw them like surface up onto the street, and I was like, oh fuck no.
no, can it be one of those? Can it be like a kind of cleaned up? Wait, it was a rat in Ratatouille, right? Yeah, it's in the title.
Yeah, it's
in the title.
obviously.
I'm like, it wasn't a mouse, it was a rat. So like, can we just imagine that rat was probably homies with the street vendor? It's probably like his brother is living in his hat. I don't
His
think he
name
was wearing a
is
hat.
Remy Manuel.
I've never seen Rat. Okay, I have seen Ratatouille, but I've never sat down and watched the whole
Speaking
movie.
of movies, I have to make a quick announcement real quick. Joker 2 is officially confirmed.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Joker 2.
Is
Foi
Joker
Le
time?
Adieu?
Deluxe. It's a French Joker essentially.
Foi Adieu or something like that.
Thank
you.
you.
I don't.
By the way, fun fact. I have not mentioned this on a UPZ, but I think I have mentioned it like on every other stream. I watched this and I've grown to love the streaming service called Tubi. I'm sure everyone's heard of it. It's free. You don't even need a fucking thing to log into it. I have a thing now, so I could like save all my favorites. Here I am plugging Tubi, but they had this documentary about G.G. Allen, this really disgusting guy. I'm not going to go into the documentary too much, but it's disgusting. I saw some shit I thought I'd never see in my life, and I'm like, wow, I want to look more about this movie. The fucking dude who directed Joker, by the way, he directed the sequel too, Todd Phillips.
Mhm.
That was his first movie. Was this disgusting G.G. Allen thing, where like he followed him around for like a year and like filmed him doing crazy shit on stage, literally. Anyway. Let's go back to food. Nestor pointed out that no cap, I ordered 7-Eleven pizza every morning.
Oh my
Because-
god! I remember my grandma would get those for like me and my siblings because it was so cheap,
Yeah.
and it was like the closest thing to us because we didn't want to go all the way to like Little Caesars or something because it was like hot as fuck.
It technically was cheaper than Little Caesars because Little Caesars has been raising their prices. I think it's like $6 now. My local one, no cap. By the way, that inflation sucks. But the 7-Eleven pizza was still $5. And we also needed soda to like chase down our alcohol. So I would always order new sodas and then get a pizza. And then one of the Warrens got the hot dogs that killed us. But I mean, they killed me. I was the only one who died. Oh, actually, I'll save that story for later. But let's move on. What other con foods do you eat? What do you eat besides alcohol in your?
I'm not the type of person to actually consume alcohol during a con. I'm actually the one that babysits the people that consume the alcohol. So, but for me, okay, so it really depends on who I'm with for that con. But if I had to average it out, it would probably between so like one night we would definitely have pizza. And then at some point, if we're in California, we'll go get KBBQ. Like that has to be a must one night at least. And then somewhere in the mix of that, we'll also go to like either IHOP or just somewhere for breakfast. Like we'll do a breakfast thing. At least once. Sometimes we do it twice, but it depends. And then the rest of the time we just order food from like different places.
I love how I'm not sure how much you actually looked at the notes for this thing. You basically described every single con meal I was thinking like that anyone ever does.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally.
I just feel like it's a universal experience.
Well, I fucking love pizza for con foods because it's relatively cheap for what it is. And you could get like a crap ton of it and like feed like a room for like $20-$30, you know? You get yourself a pizza box from Pizza Hut or like that $5.99 deal from Domino's, and you can fucking feed all the homies. I don't know. Pizza's great. But you mentioned IHOP. What about Denny's?
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. I said Denny's too.
I didn't hear Denny's, but Denny's.
Well, I said like Denny's, IHOP, some sort of breakfast chain. Like they exclusively serve like breakfast foods there, you know. And then like sometimes we'll even find like these hole in the wall like restaurants or like cheap taco places too. Depending, like I know at the old the old ALA location, like if you go down the highway, there's like a couple like hole in the wall burrito places, super good.
Yeah,
great filler like on a Sunday, honestly.
But you gotta have the real Denny's hours. You gotta like walk to. Thank God, just about every con except for Fanime, you gotta fix that Fanime. Just about every con has a Denny's within like okay walking distance that you could just fucking go there like at 3 a.m., especially if you're drunk, and then just go like. I went to a Denny's one time without shoes, and I didn't realize I wasn't because I was really fucked up. I didn't realize I wasn't wearing shoes until like some people from the table next to us were like, because they knew me, they knew me too. They're like, "Oh, you guys are here too?" Like, yeah. It's like, "Hey, Manny, where's your shoes?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." I guess that Denny's didn't follow that, no shoes, no shirt, whatever, no service, or they didn't notice. But yeah, I just dead ass walked in there with no fucking shoes, and I mean, I had socks. I wasn't like barefoot, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you gotta have that early morning grand slam or like. And now Denny says this
the moon's over my hammy, like during a con. That is so good because you can even take that shit on the go with you if you need to.
One of my favorite things to get is that Grand Slam burger. The burger that I think it's the Grand Slam burger. I forget if that's what it's called. The one that basically has like hash browns, an egg, and bacon on a burger. Like and I'm like, that's really good. It's really filling, and you could, like you said, take it on the go. A lot of times, I'm not a huge fan of eating at Denny's. Okay, you know how I am at cons. I don't like to leave the room much.
Yeah, you don't. You only leave for like to do 2 things. Oh wait, no, 3 things. Get alcohol, do your panel, do an interview.
Exactly. Nyaru was telling. There was one time. There was one Fanime where I think Nyaru and I had a panel. I don't remember what panel it was. I think it was clearly an idle one. I just forget which one.
Yeah.
And you wanted to come look at the slides. And if you remember, like I was like dying from a hangover.
Yeah, and then you offered me like some sort of substance. I don't even remember what it was. I remember it was a legal substance though.
I just remember you eating Wendy's, and I think you gave me some of the Wendy's, and I was still dying, and like and you were just reading the panel. I think you were eating some nuggies or something too, and I was just like the whole time I was like, oh my god, Nyaru, like my world is like crashing around me because I'm like fucking so hungover, and you were chewing so loud. Well, I think you were chewing loudly. It's because I was.
No, it's just the hangover was
Yeah.
probably intensifying like every sound you heard.
I was just so upset. I think I even said something. I don't remember if I said something. I think I did say something.
I offered you some nuggets too. You were like, oh, no.
That was a funny con. I think that was a Fanime. That was a Fanime. I remember that now. That was a Fanime because where the fuck did you get Wendy's?
I was hungry. I think I just flew in.
But yeah, that probably was the case. But yeah, that was a fun Fanime. Also, like that was very much a Nyaru taking care of people who were drunk too. Yeah, you had a. There were a lot of drunk people around that. Let's not go into that. Anyway, JD, let's bring you into this.
All right.
Because I'm curious on what your view on the bacon wrapped hot dogs and everything are. By the way, we have
I
a
love
mod
those
named
bacon
JD.
wrapped hot dogs. I love those hot dogs.
They're the best. Also, have you ever heard that? Sorry, because Nyaru kind of reminded me. Have you ever heard that one song where it's all like, is that what you were doing? Like hot to dogu, but not a hot dogu. And
No, I was mimicking the Miku Toyota commercial where she gets the bacon wrapped hot dog with the two makeup ladies. And then like the second commercial, it's like the dude in the hot dog costume singing the bacon wrapped hot dog song, and then she's like, "I like bacon wrapped hot dog," and she falls in love with the hot dog man.
I have no idea what commercial she's talking about, by the way. But
Have you seen the Hudson and Miku Toyota collaboration commercials? Have you
Hold
never
on.
seen those?
Hold on, real fast. I'm gonna start pulling it up. But I was talking about this song, which I'm gonna try to put in the chat. It's the hot to dogu where the dude puts I like hot dog because it is not a dog. Do you like hot dog? He puts that into Google Translate, and then like just makes a song out of what Google Translate says back, like in Japanese. But hold on. I need to look up this. Does anyone else know what the fuck Nyaru's talking about? Is Nyaru crazy?
I talk about this almost every month, I think, because I love these commercials. They are love, they are life. Here, I'm going to go out of my way to look these up for you. Miku, bacon.
Wait, can I not put a link? It's I'm logged into the channel and it won't let me. Okay, there it goes. It did not want to let me put that link into the chat. Oh, by the way, what is this? Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
You have to go to like 116 ish.
Also, I just want to point out that going to an Outback. Wait, is this what song is this? Oh, it's Rolled As Mine. Oh, this is great content. We're just watching a commercial that you guys can't watch.
I was about to say, Manuel. Great.
If you're on YouTube, I'll put it on there and get claimed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked this is English.
What do you mean English?
I mean, this is an American commercial.
Yes! This is like the big thing at Anime Expo.
I remember there was a collaboration in America.
This is a really bad Miku model. Is this the way Miku looked in 2011?
No, this is how the I guess the commercial company that made the commercial, I guess that's how they did it.
No, this is actually kind of nightmare fuel because not only is Miku, oh god, not that song. Not only is Miku off model, she looks like kind of creepy. But they played Yerevan Polka. It's funny because like I got into an argument when I was really drunk at I think it was at ALA. Wait, was it ALA? I think it was ALA about how it's my pet peeve that people like can't really sing the song, like they don't. And then like they challenged me to sing it, and I just fucked up too. Yeah, that song's impossible to sing. Go try singing it. Because my whole
website.
Yerevan Polka.
Sorry, is that the one where it's just like really fast, or?
Yeah, because it's not that it's impossible to sing per se. I mean, it's impossible to sing and not just start singing gibberish. Because like,
I saw one guy do it at AX karaoke room. Just
was he like, was he Finnish? Was he Finnish?
I don't remember.
Because I guess the one thing is if you're Finnish, you could probably sing it. But yeah. Anyway, going to Outback Steakhouse during a con seems a little extra. I just want to point. I've been trying to say that for a while. I kept forgetting, but
What's extra is okay. So what are the extra restaurants that are like? I guess you go to during like if you have the time and the money for it.
Honestly, you mentioned it already. I think KBBQ is the most extra you can get.
But the KBBQ is kind of like required. That's the thing for me. It's required.
I don't know, man. I KBBQ, like, I'm not okay. I love KBBQ, but it always feels so time consuming because it's like it's not a quick meal. I'm a quick meal guy at cons. Anything that I had to sit down for more than an hour, I guess you could technically just come in and just like. But if I go to KBBQ, I'm gonna fucking try my best to like start sweating out fucking galbi sauce or whatever. You know, like I wanna get the what is the meat sweats? That sounds disgusting, but you know what I'm talking about, Nyaru, right? Where it's like when you're just like nothing, you're all meat at that point.
I mean, I feel like that every time I go.
But like I have done it before. Like I remember like a friend of mine had a birthday party, so we went to get KBBQ at a Fanime. Not the Fanime I think you were at, but a different Fanime. And to be fair, that was back when I used to like leave the hotel room more. God, I feel like a hermit. The way I'm describing all this is like, I promised you guys, I'm not a I'm not a hikikomori. Am I saying that right? I think I'm missing syllables. But it sure as hell sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll sing it for you at AX. Well, Nestor, you cannot sing fucking Yerevan Polka. Shut up. Yes, Outback is extra. These guys are extra anyway. Shout outs to the NJ Love Live Regional Service. Oh, real fast, Nyaru. At Fanime, we did the idol anime panel. And I brought up my problem with Love Live, the one that we discussed on a previous podcast.
Did you get booed out?
Yeah, everyone got really silent and got really upset with me. And I did the panel with Danny. I don't know if you remember Danny. He does a lot of crossplays, mainly idol crossplays. And he did not back me up. He just stood there silently while everyone was kind of judging me. And then someone was like, I like Love Live. Like, I do like Love Live too. That's not what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Love Live community. Most of them are, well, not most of them, but a good chunk of them are kids who can't accept the fact that people can dislike their favorite series. So, you know.
Oops. Yohare, best idol. Wait.
Yohane.
I was gonna say, who is Yohare? I did realize something that I guess I should have realized before I went into it. For those who don't know, we did a panel specifically on idol anime you should watch. Like the basically a top 10 almost.
Renamora wants to know what the hot take specifically was.
Oh, the hot take was that idol anime, Love Live kind of changed idol culture, mainly in the West, mainly in the con scene. We think kind of for the worst, sort of. Not so much that it like ruined it or anything, but that it
morphed into something that it just morphed it completely, like, to a completely different state than what it was before.
Yeah, like a lot of
in both positive and negative ways.
Exactly. Like it got a lot more people into idol culture in general, but basically everyone was acting like the only idol culture we're talking about was the Love Live, type thing, the anime idol, as opposed to like quote unquote like IRL idols and whatnot. It is what it is, and everyone. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure why I decided to do a topic on idol anime and to discuss that there.
I mean, it's a valid concern.
It is, but I should have saved that for the 3D one. But like I was gonna say, is we covered like when we did a franchise, like when we did Idol Master, we didn't talk about Idol Master. We talked about Cinderella Girls. And when we did Love Live, we talked about Love Live, like OG Love Live. And I come to find out, which I should have realized, everyone loves Sunshine more. Which is interesting. I think everyone likes Aqua more. I don't think that everyone likes Sunshine more per se. Everyone just likes Aqua. but everyone was like, "Oh, why are you talking about sunshine?" Or why? And I've never seen Niji. What's that one called?
Nijigasaki?
Yeah,
Girls Club. Right.
Yeah, I have not seen that one. Sorry to take away my idol anime card right away. I have not seen that one, but that's like I guess the current one. And
season 2 is airing right now.
yeah, and everyone was like, "You're not going to talk about that." I'm like, "I've technically not seen it," and everyone's like, like audible gasp.
I'm assuming you haven't seen Superstar either.
Oh, I've seen some Superstar, and I'm not going to lie, I only watched the first couple episodes for the panel. Not even like I have not watched it all. I mean, there's so much anime to consume. What can I say? I can see that Love Live is arguably the most accessible. I don't know. Like honestly, like I think Love Live is great. Not to beat the horse. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll link to a podcast and we had a much longer discussion on this. I love Love Live. It's just that for hardcore idol people like myself and Nyaru, especially back then, it was weird to see. Oh, I know JD's like really mad about me not getting back to the food, but Nyaru, there was somebody in one of the HP group, the Hollow Project groups on Facebook, and they had posted a photo album of Kusumi Koharu, and someone in the group reported it as spam. And there's like this bit of a whole like
dude, why is there so much fucking? I feel like people like did not grow up like in like appreciating Morning Musume, and then like they're coming in now, and then they see like a couple of people disliked her, so they're like, "Oh, we must automatically dislike her."
And it was so. I'm like, I didn't realize that honestly, I think it's gone exponential. For those who don't know, Kusumi Koharu is a very beloved idol for myself and Yar. And I was surprised to learn today that there's like still, and it's from people I'm sure who were not fans when she was ever in the group, but like there's a lot of weird hate towards her, and I'm like, come on, guys. But yeah, it was a whole thing that like, and this happened like just today. Someone's like, hey, this isn't cool that you reported this as spam. And what's funny is I think a mod has to say like, yeah, that's spam. So like, there's probably a mod hater too. Oops.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, food.
Food. Extra food. What were we saying? What was the other food shit? Do you ever eat at Okamoto? You ever eat at Okamoto kitchen?
I have not ate at any of those weeaboo car food thingies.
The weeaboo cars. Is that what you call it? The weeaboo cars.
The weeaboo food carts or whatever.
It's funny because like I have a weird love-hate relationship with Okamoto kitchen. I think it's mildly overrated, but I do think it's good. Also, JD, have you ever had Okamoto? I cannot say that word. Oh, really? Am I the only one who's ever tried it? And I say this, by the way, we've interviewed the people at Okamoto Kitchen. They've given us free food. So if you're watching this somehow, I do know a friend of mine does check, like, mentions an Okamoto Kitchen. I'm not saying that your food is bad. I just do say that, like, I find it weird how synonymous it's become with SoCal cons. Or not even SoCal, like Southwest cons, because they're all over Arizona too. But I feel like their success has kind of run away with them because they're so successful. There's always a line. They pre-cook a lot of their stuff and you pre-order it. So there's times when you get a meal that's like not that fresh, which was a situation at Fanime. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. That's my Okamoto story. But you never eat at the food trucks, Nyaru? You never been like a food truck person? You're just a hot dog vendor person?
If there's food trucks there, like I'll take a look at them, but most of the time the lines are just so big. It's just like I feel bad because they're very small. They probably don't have many employees there, so I just like opt for something else.
Yeah, I want to point out that is not necessarily my opinion because I do love Okamoto Kitchen, but Nestor in the chest, like it's not worth it at all. Oops. Okamoto Kitchen does also lead into the weeb shit. Like they've had Persona collaborations. They've had
They've got like official anime collabs.
Yeah, like legit ones. And they've they have a lot of their like I'm gonna call them servers. A lot of their workers or whatever, dress up in maid outfits and shit like that. So they really do lean into it. Oh, speaking of that, what about maid cafes?
Oh, ISO is what I really, really want to go see if I go to AX.
Yeah, it's a real maid cafe. It has a location, I believe, in Little Tokyo.
Yes, they do have a location.
Now, do you ever eat at maid cafes at A-Kon?
Yes.
Now, It's funny because I know we've talked about this before, but I forget. In whatever states you've been in that are in California, can the maid serve you the food?
You need a food handling license to do that.
Okay.
But it also depends on the hotel, because some hotels are be like, you can't bring outside food, like outside full meals, because you need to do it through our catering service. That's how most of them are function, though, at least in Texas.
Okay, so it's the same because that's my only gripe about maid cafes at cons. I actually am a huge fan of them in general. A lot of A to J people, including Nyaru. You've been at maid cafes, right? I don't know if you have actually. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
have.
Yeah, we'll say like I think no, not even exaggerating. I think just about every like um a lot of the female hosts, even some of the male hosts have been butlers as well. But a lot of hosts have been involved in maid and butler cafes in the past. It's insane how many actually. But so but it feels weird when you go there, but you can't they can't bring you the food. A lot of times they can't, like, you have to go to a separate line to buy food. I remember going to when Maid Dreaming was at AX, and like their food was in a separate line that you could get. And like, but that was kind of cute though, because like they had one of the maids there buy the food, even though she couldn't like serve it to you, but she would like
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote like bless the food, you know, do like the moe moe, whatever the heck spells. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, oh
that
shit, my mic's falling, my mic's falling.
Manuel, it happens when you get old as you are.
my mic doesn't want to stay up anymore.
Once again, when you get to your age, Manuel.
I need that blue pill. Anyway. Sponsor is Okamoto Kitchen. Please do it. Like I said, we did interview them. We did eat some of their food, and it was great. I'll link that video as well. It's funny because when we did it, they were supposed to be working on an anime, and I could only assume because of the pandemic. I'll just assume that because I think we interviewed them in 2019. So, and that's when the Kickstarter happened, and then the anime still hasn't come out. Oops. So, I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that's still on, and they just it just got weird. But anyway, so yeah, weeb foods. What else is there? What other snackos do you eat at the con? Are you the kind of person that like stocks up in a room because like
Yes. I suck up on chips a lot because I like having just like a quick thing and can just like real quick.
Exactly, because like one of our big things is that we'll do like one of the first things we'll do is we'll do like a store run, and we'll bring like we'll get chips, we'll get all the food that like isn't real food, like chips, cupcakes, cookies. I guess this is kind of leans more into real food. Then we'll get like maybe bagels, maybe some dips for the chips, like a ton of candy. And then of course alcohol, and it's like, and then we wonder why we get sick. But there've been many a time where people have come to like our rooms to eat, and I'm like, I don't know if this is a good meal, guys, but yeah, you can eat what you want from the table. It's like, oh, panditas. Oh yeah, everyone's making fun of that because I found a place that sells the Mexican gummy bears. The 99-cent store, by the way. Have you ever had panditas?
No.
It always ends up messy as whenever it's a bigger con that I know, a smaller group of friends we stock up on snacks. Yeah. It's funny because like the snack table is always a mess. It always becomes a mess. Like everyone's always eating everything. But I always feel that like we always overbuy. Is that an issue for anyone else? Like I always feel like we always think like we
I
think
guess
we're gonna
slightly.
want the box of cupcakes, but nobody touches them.
It's like slightly for me. Slightly.
Manuel, on a scale of 1 to someone specifically asking for, was it pineapple pizza and then never eating it? How annoying is that?
It's funny because I definitely do that for snacks. Like there have been many a time when like I'm like, hey, it's almost a running joke now that I want Tostitos. So I'm gonna go buy Tostitos, and because I brought it up a ton of times, they'll maybe even buy 2 bags, and they won't eat Tostitos once the entire convention. And it's all like, and it's like, look at Manuel wasting all the Tostitos. So sometimes, this is a little bit of a dark secret. Sometimes when a situation like that happens, there's a situation where like I ask for something specifically, they bring it, I know I'm not going to finish it. I'll kind of like start scrolling it away and like throwing it away. I'll grab like handfuls and like put it in a bag or something and then throw the bag away. And I'm like, oh, I mean, the Tostitos as time goes on. Does that make me a monster? I feel like it does. Because not
Well,
only
Manuel, there are so many things that make you a monster. That's probably one of the smallest ones.
But no, one of my biggest thank you, JD, for bringing up that thing. That's a huge pet peeve of mine, Nyaru. I say it like you do it. People who want specific things but don't eat them all. The pineapple pizza thing. We've talked about this before,
Oh.
Nyaru, I think.
Yeah. So I don't get. That's why you just get pepperoni, and then if you don't like the pepperoni, pick it off. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's like eat pepperoni, maybe or it becomes cheese when you pull the pepperoni off. Like, we are not getting pineapple. No one's gonna fucking eat that. I know everyone says they're gonna
Exactly.
eat it, but no one does. It's fucking annoying. No Tostitos. All the Tostitos. But yeah.
It should be a law that like if you have a group of 3 or more, you just automatically get pepperoni.
Do you have any specific con stories about food that you've had happen, Nyaru? I feel like have you ever walked into a Denny's barefoot? I have others.
I went into a Denny's with a saber wig and a Hagao sweater.
You were one of those with the high gal sweater.
And well, I didn't own it. I just stole it because I was really cold that day. And I
So
was like, I
you're a
really
thief.
need a jacket. No, they let me borrow it, and then I gave it back when we got back because then I was able to go into my cosplay because I didn't want to go in full cosplay to Denny's.
It's funny because this isn't really totally related to con things. There was one time when I was going to Vegas with some con friends of mine to go see Phantom of the Opera. And we went to go pick up one of the friends who was coming with us, like from Los Angeles to Vegas, by the way. And I was like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt." And she was wearing like an Ahegao shirt, and it didn't occur to me how weird that was. Like, we went through we drove to Vegas and we went to all the stops. We went to that fucking the alien place, where they have like the jerky. We went to Peggy Sue's diner. We went to that dinosaur museum. Went to all these places along the way while she's fucking wearing an Ahegao shirt, like, in public. And I'm like, oh, that was probably we were one of those people that I see everyone complain about later. I'm sure you see the memes with all like, don't wear there's cons that don't let you wear them anymore.
Yeah.
but but yeah, it's like don't be the weeb that wears this in public. But she was doing it, and I remember thinking it was pretty cool. So there's selfies of us like in all these places, like yelling at ducks and shit. But anyways, imagine unironically wearing an Ahagao hoodie. Yeah, Nyaru.
It was like 2016, I think. It was a peak.
Yeah, to be fair, even this Phantom of the Opera story was like 2016, 17 as well. So this is ages ago. And like, I think that was the first time I'd really encountered somebody actually wearing it. And I thought it was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have many a lewd sticker and shit like that. Have you
I've
seen
seen
my
them. He's not
laptop?
lying.
Have you seen my laptop?
I think you've seen my laptop before.
I feel so embarrassed to bring my laptop to places now, though, because I brought it to Offkai, and like, no one had really seen it before, but like, some of the mutual friends were like, those are like titties on the laptop," and I'm like, "No, they're not. They have little hearts for nipples." And it's like, "No, those are just bare titties." So yeah, my laptop looks lewd as fuck. And not only that, but like, it's one thing to bring it to a con. Like, that was the laptop I used for all the panels we did at Fanime. But like, I can and have taken that laptop to like a Starbucks, to work on shit. And I'm like, gosh, I'm just as bad, aren't I?
Yes.
Oh.
that one's a bit higher up than the last part.
Yeah, I mean, like, the whole thing is to get you to hate me. Gonna be honest, Ahagao faces really gross me out in a sensory sort of sense.
Yeah, that's why no one wears them anymore because they're not cool.
Honestly, like, I think that especially for the record, the stickers and shit I have on mine are not Hagao. It's just a lot of barely clothed anime girls with like big anime titties. But
Mm-mm.
like when that friend was wearing the Hagao shirt, I think I had just not seen it before. I thought it was a cool aesthetic that it was like you know they're all black and white. Usually when the manga ones are all black and white, and there's a ton of cutout pictures. I just thought that aesthetic was more cool than the actual like. By the way, I just didn't know Hagao face, but you couldn't see it because of my mouth. But
Anyways, food.
do a Hagao
Food.
face.
No, food, please.
Yes, please.
You just don't want to talk about Hagao anymore.
Because it's over talked about, and we're supposed to be talking about food anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, JD, what are some of
Yes.
your con things? Food shit.
I mean, I
I
have
didn't-
con food
I
I,
didn't go-
like. I don't really have any like exciting stories about.
Are you not an exciting man, JD?
Yes, I'm not that exciting.
No, I don't know why I said that.
I'm just
But
slightly above Buzz Killington in how exciting I am.
no, most of my shit's Denny's related. Like I've mentioned in the past one, like I have. There was one time we went to a Denny's, and I was there with this girl who was like a friend of ours who was dressed up like as Diva, but she was like in a full like Diva bodysuit type thing, and she didn't want to get food on her hands because her hands weren't hands.
Yeah, they had gloves, right? Or
Yeah, their
bodysuit
hands were-
gloves.
Exactly, they were bodysuit gloves. So like, so which made sense. So we had to we didn't have to take turns, but we did take turns because it was like we were all trying to eat too. We had to take turns feeding her. And and everyone was staring at us like it was the weirdest thing ever, which I guess it kind of was, but and it didn't help that she was kind of scared that because people were feeding her and not really like, because we're not being too careful, that it would get on her outfit proper. So she was like leaning forward too. So it was a very awkward position she was in, and she's like leaning like this, and we're like trying to shove like fucking a taco in her mouth or something. That sounds terrible out of context.
That does sound terrible out of context. Anyways, food.
No, well, anyways, let's answer this question of the day. What is your favorite con snack?
My favorite con snack, has to be just chips. Honestly, you can't go wrong with chips, especially like the what do you call them? Like the baked chips or whatever. Kettle chips.
Wait, you're talking about like Lay's, like the ones that are like?
No,
No,
kettle chips.
I don't think I've ever had kettle chips. I've heard of kettle corn. For the record, my probably my go-to snack is anything gummy, like as in
Yeah, I've been loving gummy worms recently, or like gummy snacks.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just love gummy snacks. Period. And it's
because it's chewy, like boba.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is a sensory thing because there are times when I'll like, especially like, you ever get the fruit snacks? Because the fruit snacks are so dense. They're so dense and so like different and chewy. I don't know how to describe it. Because like a gummy bear is chewy. Like you could just gnaw on that thing forever and not really break it. But like a fruit snack, it's thick as fuck, but it just kind of like just goes right through it. I fucking love the way, like the mouth feel, I guess is the food word for that. And like there are times when I'll get each one really slowly. And I'm like, these are so great. Not even so much the flavor, just the mouthful of the gummy. It's just such a weird thing. But what are kettle chips?
Yeah, they're chips that are cooked in a kettle. They're like,
I don't know what a kettle chip is.
You can get them at like Costco. Probably at your local grocery store too.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I have seen them. It's the brand, huh?
Sorry, I don't know I'm still not sure on how to pronounce his name or their name, but FT Wobber. Is also from Minnesota, like Molly. That was just interesting.
Oh, we have another Minnesotan in the chat. My favorite snack has always been Cheez-Its or butter
Spindles.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
You know what? I like those butter crackers that you get like at the grocery store. Those are really good too for like con snacks.
Also, like Oh wait, these look so good. Butter spindles. These are these pretzels? I mean, well, they're not pretzels. I mean, they're butter spindles. Oh, they are pretzels. It says butter spindles, spindles pretzels. Um,
Mm.
pretzels are a really good junk food. Also anything more denty chippy, like a pretzel or like a cracker. I fucking love those when I'm drunk. But there was one time, I think we mentioned this when he was on, but like there was one time with me and Jordan, it was a Fanime. Jordan, the dude we used to do FAP with, the dude I used to FAP with. No, there was a podcast called FAP, and we went to this market to go buy a bunch of snacks one night because we were like fucking wasted, and like we bought one of those big tubs of cheese puffs, um a bag of pretzels and some other shit, and we opened them all and ate a handful, and then like they all went stale because we didn't close them back up. Are you click clacking over there, Nyaru? Are you
Yes.
click are you ASMR click clacking? Because that's not very good ASMR of you. Childhood staple. Anyway, Nyaru, why didn't you do any cons this week? The past weekend, they all happened. At
Why didn't
A-Kon.
I go?
Yeah, you could have gone to A-Kon. Pida was there. Melancholia was
I
there.
I'm sending money on AX. That's why.
Oh, you're coming to AX. I feel like I didn't know that until right now.
It's like a maybe so far. I have my
Oh,
flight booked and I have a hotel kind of ready to go already. I'm just waiting for some final details to get confirmed for me, and then I can go. But
wait, are you going to be doing anything there? Or
I
is it?
have industry.
Oh, this is. I didn't know.
I told you this at off Kai actually.
Oh yeah, I think you did
Yeah,
actually.
you forget Manuel's drunk. He doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, I'm an old man. I forget. No, I'm not gonna lie, because obviously I have a lot of con people, a lot of con memories. If you tell me something at a con, it's very likely I'm gonna forget it because I was probably hungover when you told me, or I was drunk right after.
Wait, you were hungover when you were doing our interview. When is that coming out?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up. It should be out soon. The only issue was the see this is why the, for those who um want them behind the scenes. Before we went live, Nyaru's earphones weren't working. So she had to sit there in silence for about like 5 or 10 minutes while she was charging them, while me and JD were talking like about some things. And the topic we
Okay,
have
talking smack about me.
not really, but kinda. So one of the big topics we were talking about was how like, and I actually was trying to bring up the Patreon then too, but that we were live by the time I brought that up. Was like there was all this A to J stuff that I kind of put on the back burner because technically I'm still going through it, but there was a bunch of like life shit I had to deal with, like nothing to it. Well, some of it was insane. Right now, it's because we're having to kind of remodel everything, so I'm kind of like having to like move shit, but so we interviewed a few people. We did a lot of things at Offkai actually. There's a lot of B-roll. We interviewed Nyaru, interviewed Phoebe, and I did rough edit to those that I was gonna upload to the YouTube channel. But for reasons, because the audio, like I wanted to sync it, I can only do that on my laptop right now because this is a new computer. I don't have the programs on here, so I synced it on my laptop, put them on an SD card, and you want to know what happened, Yar?
Did they all get deleted?
No, well, kinda. They got the SD card corrupted,
Oh my god.
and a smart
We
person would
took
be all,
so many takes for
hold on.
mine too.
Yeah, and the smart person would be like, "Oh, well, you still have it on a laptop, right?" No, because I didn't think I needed it there anymore. So I didn't like copy them. I cut them. They're gone. So now I need recovery software, and I just got the recovery software now. So yeah. Also I broke a camera at Fanime, so I've had such bad luck with interviews. You don't even know. It's been there's 4 interviews coming. Honestly, my goal is that the Offkai stuff, if I recover it, will be up like tomorrow because they're done. They were supposed to be up about 3 weeks ago when this all happened. I just didn't have time to deal with it. So yeah, I corrupted your interview, Nero. I hope
Why?
I hope everyone gets to see it. It was really cute because like Actually, I won't spoil it. It was just really cute the way we did it. You have to watch it to see what I mean. But it was a fun interview, and like you said, and Callie. Oh, actually, should we have named her? Because I don't think she named herself for the interview. But a friend of ours, I'll bleep that. A friend of ours did the interview who you don't often see in A to J interview content. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were cosplaying another VTuber, so it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what other food shit do? Let's wrap it up with the food. Let's wrap it up with the food stuff. Let's get some closing thoughts on anime. I mean, anime food. Oh, I didn't
Anime
talk
food.
about
Yeah,
that.
anime food.
No, because we interviewed Elvin Joe at Fanime, and apparently he's like this like food YouTuber who like recreates anime food, and like part of me feels like because I spent so much time in the room, I want to like. This sounds really stupid, I know, but I want to like somehow try to do an a hotel con version of like creating something. It'll be really bad. It'll be using just like this is actually a real project I'm thinking about doing. About like like almost like doing a prison food version of it. You ever watch prison food videos?
Con
Nyaru?
food. So con food, but done by a professional chef.
No, not even like a con food version of like recreating something from an anime. It's a stupid idea, but I'm thinking about doing it. I'm like, okay, if we get
That
some
is
ramen,
so many layers.
it really does. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it because like I would watch like the prison shit where they like they get ramen and they crush it up and they put some water and they like make a dough out of it. Anyway, so yeah, come to a hotel for future and like probably things that will make you sick, but it'll be a cool experience. Oh, God.
Anyways,
We're wrapping
Food.
up there.
we're wrapping up.
We're
No,
wrapping
we're
up.
wrapping up.
We are
Okay.
wrapping it up. What are your the closing thoughts about food, Nyaru? Give us a
Food
last.
good. Please eat food. Don't be like me when you go into like survival mode at a con and not eat food, and you end up passing out right in front of the Lumica booth at AWA after the Iris concert. Please eat food during your cons.
Yeah, actually, thanks for bringing that up. I had that at the very start of it because we started with the hot dogs and I skipped the first 3 points. They weren't that important, but I was going to ease into it. Do please eat at cons. Like, don't just drink alcohol. There was an there was an ALA where we actually recreated that meme, and it's funny because people have stolen my picture and have made a new meme with it. Where we made ramen out of Jack Daniels. Well, I shouldn't say that. We made ramen like normally, and then we put Jack Daniels in it, and then ate it. But people have taken if you see that version of it floating around with a Jack Daniels bottle and not like some sort of like clear alcohol, that's probably our picture. That's probably our picture that they stole from us. Like I'm like, how'd this get away from us? Like I've seen it as a meme. I'm like, who did this? That's anyways. Don't do that, or do that, but also eat a real meal here and there. I've definitely been there at cons where I just not even when I was drinking, when I just wouldn't eat much, and it's just like, yeah, it doesn't bode well. You know, have at least one good hot meal in you. Unfortunately, I don't think cons are really doing con sweet shit anymore. That used to be a good way to get some quick food. So yeah, get McDonald's, get Denny's, order a pizza. You know, eat cheap. Don't be Nyaru and pass out and die. My favorite con snack is gummy bears and vodka and Sprite drink. Fun fact, we always bring gummy bears to put in vodka, and I don't think we've done it except for like once in like the past 5 years, even though we always talk about
Y'all
it.
just drink it straight up.
Yeah.
And this year there'll be no gummy bears because I'll have eaten them all.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you can eat our gummy bears? I'll fucking murder you.
I love gummy bears.
Oh yeah, I hope everyone voted today. Like it's voting everywhere. I know voting was in California. I don't know how voting works. I really don't. But today was voting day in California at the very least.
But
Right?
Manuel, you were there when the Greeks invented democracy.
I was the person who put in the balls, and it's balls, right? You put the balls in little like things in Greece. Anyway, hope everyone voted. Vote. Shit's getting crazy these days. Well, do that at AX. I'll really go. There you go. We're doing it. Anyway, Manuel loves ball. What? It's funny because I read
You
that.
set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, I read that just because I was reading it as it was live and I didn't think about it. Anyways, what's coming up? I'll go first because our coming up things are weird.
Okay.
There is no gaming stream tomorrow. There was supposed to be, but unfortunately, it was going to be just me and Snacks. But Snacks couldn't, and it's so sad because me and Snacks have been planning this whole thing because Warren's in Georgia, and he can't stream. He couldn't stream for a while. But unfortunately, Snacks isn't available, so we're just not going to get streamed tomorrow. Friday there should be a Drink Talk roll, but I won't be there. So tune into that and see how that turns out. And next Tuesday there should be another UPZ. There'll be another topic, another bullshit, and we'll see what happens. Nyaru, what's new with you?
So tomorrow I'm going to be creating Nyaru meals, which is essentially we're to go to different fast food chains and create like those really cool celebrity meals, but personalized by me, and then everyone has to go try them. And then what do you call it?
I'm stealing that idea.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm stealing that idea.
No. Then
any idea discussed on this show is A to J content now.
No.
Is property of A to J connections.
That's happening. That's a really good idea, and I'm stealing it. Keep going.
Then I'm gonna be doing Say So Make Cafe roleplay because it's a punishment for losing. You laugh, you lose media night. And then the last thing I want to say is I'm going to be participating in a charity event from June 23rd through the 26th for gamers outreach called VTuber SummerSlam. A whole bunch of VTubers are going to be getting together to raise money to help sick kids get video game by their bedside. As a kid who grew up in that same situation, it was pretty cool to have games on the side of my bed. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's good. That's a good cause. And I mean, this isn't even a joke. If I was sick, I would love to have a video game. Like I remember, like, I forgot what the hell. I was part of a charity stream because during the pandemic, I did this whole thing for this horror podcast, and we actually did one. I think it was for the same charity. It sounds the same thing. I remember they were donating video game systems to like a hospital or something. Anyways, when is that? You said it was
June
collab
23rd to the 26th. I'm hoping to do mine on the 25th, but nothing finalized yet.
Okay, the only reason I asked is like I actually am interested in that one. I'll go check it out. Anyway, support us on Patreon. I finally got back into it, guys.
Thank our patrons.
Yeah, Ed and Kenneth, thank you so much. Please support us there. Like, there's gonna be a lot of shit up there. Once the fucking interviews go up, honestly, the VTuber ones might not be up too. Well, the VTubers, the Nyaru and the Phoebe one might not be up too long. Like a day or two, then they'll go live for real. But the Fanime ones will definitely be there for a while, like exclusive to Patreon, and like there'll be a couple other Patreon only things that are gonna be uploaded soon too. Yeah, there's shit I've been meaning to do for the past 2 months, and I just couldn't because I couldn't get into it. So please give us money so like I don't have to stress about
money. No, don't give him money. Don't do it.
No, fun fact. I think I've mentioned this in the past. If we get one more patron, or if we get a couple more patrons who are like willing to like somehow give us another like $5 or $10 a month, the site will pay for itself again. So yeah,
don't
at least
do
just
it. Make him suffer.
Patreon, just do Patreon, and that's how simple. Like we can get the site running, like keep it running. I mean, otherwise we'll figure it out some other ways. Not that big of a deal. If you can't, honestly, just keep watching our shit. Who the fuck cares? But if you want to give us money, give us money.
Don't do it.
Nyaru, give me money.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone to the part of the show where I'm literally just like shaking down people for money.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Love you all. Thank you
for
watching.
Good night.